Hi, this is Verastus, and this is the Condemned Biolith Trophy for the Eye of Judgment. This is against the Set 3 Biolith deck, and this is where you have to win with 5 Biolith fields occupied. Now, they don't have to be occupied by 5 Biolith creatures, you just have to have the 5 Biolith fields occupied at the end. So basically, what you'll need to do, since as you can see the board here, there's only one Biolith field visible, is you need to field quake other fields in order to flip them over, because the corners, if you notice, have Biolith underneath them. So there's a card we can use to do this. This is called Seer Vizak's Calamity. It's a spell card, and what it does is it field quakes all the fields on the board. So what I'm doing here is casting, I think I pass my turn, cast Paramedic Holy Feast to get a couple mana, and then I can cast Seer Vizak's Calamity. And as you can see, it field quaked all the fields, so now I have the 5 Biolith showing. And it's good to do that at the beginning because the computer, with a Biolith deck, it will normally pass its first couple turns without summoning anything, so you have plenty of time to do that. And now at this point, I'll start my strategy by putting an Imperial Biolith Guard down in the corner there. These are good Biolith creatures to use because they will give you 1 mana each time you summon a creature to a Biolith field. And in general, we're going to use just Biolith creatures for this challenge because they are kind of the best ones to use. They're pretty powerful. And there's a couple Biolith cards you can use to shift fields around if the computer occupies one of the Biolith fields like it has down there in the bottom left corner. So right now I'm using a Summoner Mesmer's Lapse to remove the mana from the computer. This is a strategy I like to use most of the time, and that way you can just play that, just discard any kind of high summoning cost card and take away all the computer's mana, and it kind of sets it back a little bit. And then it'll start playing some crappy cards like this one, kind of a Hellfire Spitter or something, which I'm just going to ignore. I'm going to build up some mana here and start summoning to these fields. So there you can see I summoned another Imperial Biolith Guard to the center field. I got an extra mana because I already had one on the board. And so now if I summon another one to a Biolith field, I get 2 mana since I have 2 of those on the board. This is always kind of how I would start out this challenge.
Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Okay, at this point you'll notice that the computer has put 2 creatures on the 2 Biolith fields on the left there. So I got to start thinking about how we're going to take those fields, because we need to be on Biolith fields at the end of the game. What I did here, just real quick, is I did a Healing Shower on one of my guards there, and the Healing Shower affects all creatures of the same element as the target, so since they're both Biolith, they both got 3 hit points. So it's just an easy way to kind of build up some hit points. Computer's doing the same thing. I don't really care right now because I'm not really going to be into destroying the computer's cards. I'm going to try to do this by swapping fields around. So what I did up here is I played a Behemoth Terraformer. And what this does is after the attack, it swaps the fields beneath it. So as you can see, it switched the fields. The Biolith field is now under my card, up in that second square at the top there. So now I have 3 fields occupied, 3 Biolith fields. Now the computer down here, it has a little strategy it likes to do where it attacks you from one side, and then your card counterattacks, but it has a dual attack. So you can see I attacked my Terraformer at the top and the dude at the bottom, and I killed the computer's guy. But you know, the computer did that on purpose just to lower the hit points of 3 of my cards at the same time. So what I ended up doing here is I decided to cast a Freedonian Wanderer up in the top right there. That's not a Biolith creature, but if it's on a non-fire field, it will give you 1 mana anytime a creature is summoned to the board. So I can summon anywhere and get an extra mana from that one, which I might need because the computer is on that last Biolith field. So now the computer's doing that again. As you can see, it attacked my middle card. My middle card counterattacked and killed my own Terraformer at the top there. So I just lost that Biolith field. That's fine, because what I'm going to do is I got 5 mana here. I can play a nice powerful Biolith card up here and wipe one of his cards out since he has me in check. And I'm playing the Arc Satellite Cannon, which is a good powerful attack, and I just got 3 mana because of my 2 guards and my Wanderer up there. So I took out the computer's card at the bottom there because I want to take that Biolith field. And I didn't take the, I'm not sure why I didn't take the Biolith one in the corner. Got rid of that card. I think it's because I wanted to use a Biolith Stinger, which will swap places with any cards that it attacks. So right now I got the computer in check. The computer's playing something because I know it's going to try and take out one of my cards. And looky there, it puts a 1 attack card, but it gets 3 attack because I think it gets plus 3 attack for the allies that it has on the board. So it was able to take out my Biolith guard in 1 shot. As usual, the computer gets what it needs when it needs it. So I raise it a Beguiling Fog, turn the dude around, then I play a Biolith War Chariot in the center there. I attack. Since I hit its blind side, I get some extra power in my attack. Get rid of the computer's card, so now I'm not in check. Now I have the computer in check. So I'm in place to take the computer, play my Stinger in the bottom and swap. But it's never that easy. So the computer is going to attack my blind side here, which I done intentionally. That's fine because it had some extra hit points. I didn't think it could take me. But then it plays a card down here, a little powerful card, and I'm not exactly sure what card that is, but it attacked 2 of my cards. It took out my War Chariot there in the center. As usual, the computer gets what it needs when it needs it. It's pretty, it's got good AI sometimes. So now I've got 7 mana, and I'm just like, about this point, screw it. I'm going to summon my dragon. It's the Biolith dragon called the Ouroboros dragon. It's a very powerful card. You can see it got plus 3 attack from the allies, and none of the fields can be field quake while it's on the board. As you can see, it's a very powerful attack, 10 damage, so it easily took out the computer's card there. Getting annoyed because the computer keeps taking that spot down there. But I have it in check. It only has 1 mana, so let's see what the computer comes up with this time. And as you can see, it played a Flail Mongerer, which has a powerful enough attack to take out my Wanderer there up in the top corner, and also increase the summoning cost for any field that's in front of the creature. So I lost that Biolith field, and so what I need to do is I use a Beguiling Fog to turn him to the side so that the summoning cost is back to normal in that corner field, and I summoned an Athenic Citadel. Now what I just did, you shouldn't probably do because the computer had me in check, and I didn't even realize this until after I made the move. So it's kind of a stupid move on my part. Of course, the computer does have 0 mana, and so I'm hoping that he just has a bunch of powerful cards and he can't actually summon anything during its turn. So we're both in check. We're kind of sitting here. He just turned his dude back, and he's attacking with it instead of summoning a creature to the 5th field for the victory. So I kind of lucked out on this one. Normally, I wouldn't have done that move. I would have done something different to kill one of the computer's cards, but as fate would have it, I lucked out. The computer didn't have anything that could really play. Couldn't summon anything for 2 mana, I guess. So what I do here on the last move is I summon my Biolith Stinger to that field down there, and when it attacks the computer's card in the bottom left, they will switch places. So as you can see now where the Biolith fields are, that's where all my cards are. So now I just took that last one. I'm just going through all these bonuses and crap, but who cares, because I just won. I just beat the challenge. Yay me. Thanks for watching, and please check the link in the info section for details about the cards.